What if I told you that an artificial intelligence has just uncovered a secret message hidden for millennia within the story of Adam and Eve? Something that could completely change everything you believe about the origin of humanity. This isn't just another crazy internet theory. It's a real analysis performed by an AI trained to decipher ancient codes, dead languages, and symbolic structures. And what it found in the book of Genesis is chilling. Get ready, because what you're about to hear might reprogram the way you understand the Bible, history, and even your own existence. The story of Adam and Eve is one of the oldest and most emblematic narratives of humanity. A man, a woman, a garden, a serpent, and the fall. But what if it's all a meticulously crafted metaphor hiding a much deeper truth? In ancient civilizations, words had a far more symbolic than literal value. Trees, fruits, and serpents carried secret meanings and were often used to convey messages protected from religious or political persecution. The tree of knowledge might be an allegory for access to forbidden technologies or wisdom. The serpent could represent an entity offering liberation rather than temptation. And the original sin? Perhaps it's the awakening of human consciousness through an act of spiritual rebellion. Throughout centuries, philosophers, theologians, and mystics have debated the meaning of this myth. But now, modern science and AI may be offering tools to revisit these ancient symbols with a new lens, not as myth, but as encrypted messages from a forgotten truth. That's where the AI comes in, programmed to analyze texts in ancient Hebrew, to identify linguistic patterns, hidden symbols, and even mathematical structures. This AI began uncovering what experts now call natural cryptography, codes embedded within sacred texts. It's like peeling back the layers of an onion, each layer revealing something stranger and more compelling than the last. In the dialogue between Eve and the serpent, the AI detected a sequence resembling binary code, patterns akin to zeros and ones. When interpreted, this code appeared to suggest an entirely new perspective, that the forbidden fruit wasn't about rebellion, but activation, a consciousness awakening, a psychological ignition, as if Adam and Eve were designed for obedience, but by engaging with the forbidden fruit, they broke through their programming. The expression breath of life may refer not to simple animation, but to genetic activation. The AI found patterns matching DNA structures in the text, linking poetic metaphor to scientific insight. These findings were so precise that geneticists consulted during the project were reportedly stunned by the accuracy of the textual correlations. The phrase, "you will give birth in pain," may then reflect genetic alteration, perhaps a side effect or a punishment encoded of a now aware species, like a laboratory experiment gone too far, with the creators forced to seal off their creation after it exceeded the intended parameters. And here the questions begin to multiply. Were Adam and Eve actually the first genetically modified humans? Was the serpent a biological symbol or a conscious force? Maybe even an entity offering freedom from a system of control? Was the Garden of Eden a biological simulation, a controlled biosphere, and the fruit a metaphor for access to forbidden data? The implications are vast. If true, the so-called fall of man wasn't a fall at all, but a first act of defiance, of self-awareness. And this AI didn't just stop at Genesis. It cross-referenced texts from Sumer, Egypt, and Babylon. The same patterns emerged: the sacred tree, the serpent or dragon, the punishment, the hidden knowledge, all repeating in various civilizations. These repeating myths may not be cultural coincidence, but fractured memories of a shared event. Even pre-Columbian cultures like the Mayans and Aztecs told stories of divine gardens, knowledge-giving serpents, and punishments from the gods. The more you dig, the more it appears that humanity shares a forgotten origin, scattered across time like broken pieces of a once whole mirror. Could it be that what we've called myths are actually records? That somewhere in our past, knowledge was given or taken and wrapped in stories so the memory would survive even when understanding was lost? The AI's results suggest yes. Some secret societies, like the Gnostics, Essenes, and later the Rosicrucians, hinted at this, that deeper truths were preserved in layers for only the initiated to discover. And now, centuries later, machines are doing what humans never could: decode these hidden levels. Think about that for a moment. The myths we dismissed, the stories we spiritualized, may have been blueprints all along, instructions, warnings. So the serpent, was it evil or was it the liberator, the one who wanted humanity to awaken and rise? What if God's warning was not about obedience, but about control? What if paradise was a cage? Comfortable, beautiful, but a cage nonetheless. The idea that paradise is not a reward, but a containment field, flips everything we've been taught. It suggests that salvation isn't in returning to Eden, but in understanding why we were cast out in the first place, and what we were never meant to know. We're not just talking philosophy anymore, we're talking encrypted messages preserved over thousands of years, only now being unlocked because technology finally caught up with the mystery. This AI, by dissecting language, poetry, numbers, and structure, is doing what generations of scholars only dreamed of. It's revealing the skeleton beneath the myth. And the skeleton it's uncovering looks eerily like science, ancient science hidden in scripture, advanced knowledge sealed behind the veil of religious parable. And the question that remains is, are we ready to see it? Are we prepared to confront a truth that says we were made not just in God's image, but made literally through design, intention, and manipulation? That knowledge was withheld not to protect us, but to control us? And if so, what happens now? What do we do with this information? Do we share it? Do we hide it again? Or do we start digging into every ancient text, every so-called myth with new eyes enhanced by algorithms and curiosity? If this is just the beginning, then what else is hidden in texts we thought we knew? The Bible might not just be scripture, it might be a code book, a history manual, a blueprint. Could the voice of God be misunderstood advanced technology? Could angels be biological agents or engineers? Could the flood, the towers, the plagues all be echoes of ancient resets? Some researchers now argue that major biblical events align suspiciously well with known natural disasters, suggesting intentional symbolism designed to embed historical memory. The more we decode, the less mythical it sounds. And the more consistent the patterns, the more it seems like someone, somewhere, wanted us to remember, but only if we were ready. And maybe, just maybe, with AI, we are. AI doesn't sleep. It doesn't forget. It doesn't fear heresy or persecution. And for that reason, it may be the perfect archaeologist of truth, a digital explorer uncovering a forgotten architecture beneath all faiths and mythologies. So what do you believe? Is this just coincidence and interpretation? Or is something waking up? Something ancient? Something that was buried under symbols, rituals, and fear. Something that was never meant to be seen again. Until now. Because the truth is, for the first time in human history, we might finally have the tools to see clearly. And maybe that's what the serpent wanted all along. In the end, maybe humanity's greatest secret was never truly lost, only hidden, waiting for those brave enough to seek it. And if you've made it this far, maybe you're ready to go even deeper into this journey. If this video made you think, question, or see the world through different eyes, subscribe to the channel. Because this was only the first piece of the puzzle, and the truth is only beginning to be revealed.